Working Committee of Naga National Political Group challenges Government of India on negotiation and concluded talks of Naga political issue. Nltv Working Committee states that there is no space to either fooled or be fooled now or in the future between the WC and Nltv and Government of India. Amidst criticism, many students of Nagaland give mixed reaction over making Hindi compulsory in school up to class 10. Many students express a displeasure before Nltv by saying learning Hindi is always welcome but not imposement. Nagaland Law Student Federation expresses concern over Center decision of making Hindi compulsory in school up to class 10. Federation highlights Indian Constitution does not give any language status of national language and Hindi remains official but not national language. Naga Student Federation urges Government of Nagaland to maintain status quo with regard to superannuation age of medical doctors in Nagaland until all aspects of existing superannuation policy governing state government employees is finalized. 7 tribal units to refrain from any activities organized by Naga Council Dimapur till NCD takes up efficient measures in nominating and electing members and executive of Naga Council Dimapur. 7 units in a joint statement allege present NCD office bearers of functioning without fair and proper election nomination procedure. Hello and welcome to Nagaland TV. This is your anchor Ravinya Lama and you're watching English Prime Time. Now news in details. The Working Committee Nltv has challenged Government of India on the negotiation and concluded talks on Naga political issue. The WC Nltv, in a press release from its media cell on April 11, stated that there is no space to either fool or be fooled now or in the future between the WC Nltv and Government of India. The WC Nltv has pointed out that the Naga tribe's customary institution, the church and Apex Civil Society have all prayed for and endorsed the 17th November 2017 agreed position. On the other hand, the committee pointed out that the value of Naga sovereignty, integration, flag and constitution were pulled down to the ground, trampled both in speech and action. After the August 3, 2015 ceremony between the Government of India and NSC and IM, wherein they signed the framework agreement. Meanwhile, the committee regretted that there are Naga leaders who claim to dearly love the Lord Jesus Christ outwardly, but their sole purpose of existence on this earth appears to condemn and malign Dr. S.C. Jamir, R.N. Ravi, WC Convener and Kitovi Zimomi, and other Naga leaders. The committee therefore urged the people to introspect and pray for God's guidance for the Naga leaders to a high level of understanding towards a common journey and shared future. As the Government of India stepped to make Hindi compulsory in school up to class 10, is drawing a lot of flack from various organizations. The Naga Student Federation on Tuesday fired a fresh salvo at the union government. The federation said that it vehemently opposes the proposal made by the Parliamentary Official Language Committee to impose Hindi language as a component of meal till class 10. In the North-East state, NSF issuing a press release on Tuesday said that compulsory imposition of a particular language will only propagate disunity and misunderstanding among the peace-loving citizens and indigenous people of North-East India. The organization said that making Hindi a compulsory subject for the student till class 10 in the region shall not only invite confusion, heartless and discomfort for the student community and the Naga people in general, as it has been an elective subject in the region till today for its own reason. NSF further urges the central government to revoke the decision in order to maintain peaceful coexistence and to avoid any further misunderstanding. Amidst criticism from different organizations, the student of Nagaland has given mixed reaction on Union Home Minister Amit Shah April 7 Hindi rule. The Union Home Minister statement that all the 8 states of the Northeast have agreed to make Hindi compulsory in school up to class 10 has vexed many people in all the 8 northeastern states, as it is the student who will bear the brunt of Hindi imposition. Therefore, Nltv team went around some school in Nagaland and interviewed the student about their opinion regarding the imposition of the subject. Through the interview, it has been noticed that majority of the students were unhappy with the compulsory or rather imposition of Hindi up to class 10. The students cited that although learning Hindi is always welcome, however, it is really difficult for most of the Naga students to learn the language. The student further added that it is very difficult to read and write Hindi. Therefore, Hindi should be an optional subject. However, a handful of students were ready to learn the language and say that it would help them to communicate in the future.
Like mahan nagas na to olap to mahan kanita fase Hindi khando hoy ido Hindi do biya se babe noe bhala se bishi uribi mahan naga kani do olap ta fasna ido karni mui do ekdam ache Hindi do Hindi do olap to duk pawo li paro na ni acha optional thalai ba মানুষ সব আলাগ আছে না কোনবা হিন্দি বি নাজানে কোনবা হিন্দি জানে ইটো কারণে অপশনাল রাখাই ভাল আছে
Hindi should be compulsory in school because Hindi is national language of India. We all should learn Hindi.
Hindi do like Bali is but then like kuma naga students kando purely na pare na like na pare na idu karne idu subject to optional koi de balo.
Hindi do loa balas na kile kore idu do mala national language base na upor de idu do Hindi do loa moi karne phali ase.
Hindi law da ekta kisam de bali je kile go ja bisde tanga bisde alag country de jadam me Hindi bi koi English bi koi edu arne Hindi law phali je.
Hindi should not be made compulsory because we are not accustomed to speaking Hindi. I can't understand Hindi clearly na. So
Hindi law ala bhal ase because mokan alag country khan te jao na to Hindi ko lo tai khan bi Hindi bujio na to Hindi ke optionally banawal lage.
Hindi must be optional because I don't like Hindi and then it's very hard for me to understand.
I prefer that Hindi should be an optional subject.
The Nagaland Law Student Federation has expressed concern at Home Minister Amit Shah's recent statement that all the 8 states of the Northeast have agreed to make Hindi compulsory in school up to class 10. The Federation has pointed out that the Indian Constitution has not given the status of national language to any language and therefore Hindi is an official language but not national language. The forum maintained that the imposition of any language over the people will break the unity in diversity and kill the spirit of democracy. The Federation also stated that such a decision must be taken considering the grassroots level of society, as it is the student who will bear the brunt of Hindi imposition and not those at the top who decides on such policy. Furthermore, the NLSF clarified that it is not against any official language of India, however maintained that it will always stand firm against imposition of one language over the people. The NLSF further urged the Nagaland government to oppose such imposition and reconsider the decision. The Naga Student Federation has urged the Nagaland government to maintain status quo on doctors' superannuation age. The NSF during an executive meeting on Monday also reminded the government to carry a comprehensive review of the existing superannuation policy governing the state government employees. The Federation further resolved to pressure the state government of Nagaland for creation of more posts in the medical department and also requisition the existing vacancy in the department to NPSC for immediate recruitment. Meanwhile, it also expressed dismay at the sluggish program of the ongoing work at the 2 upcoming medical colleges in the state and resolved to demand that the state government make the 2 institutions functional at the earliest. The NSF further added that it would ensure effective implementation of the bond agreement signed by the student for availing the seat under state quota. Nagaland Board of School Education has filed a complaint to the Kohima police crime over the recent political science question paper leak of Class 11 promotion exam on Sunday. The board further stated that the institution responsible for the leak will bear the consequences, while further stating to maintain the sanctity of the exam which was due on Monday was not postponed and students were met to appear exam on a different set of question paper. 7 tribal units, namely the Rangma Public Organization Dimapur, Zeliang Public Organization Dimapur, Western Chaksan Hoho, Poimai Hoho Dimapur, Chakro Angami Kuda Union, Mao Hoho Dimapur and Pochuri Hoho Dimapur have declared that the unit will refrain from activities organized by Naga Council Dimapur till the NCT takes up efficient measures in nominating and electing members and executive of the Naga Dimapur Council. In a joint statement, the 7 unit alleged that the present NCT office bearers were functioning without a fair and proper election nomination procedure, which they described it as unacceptable and illegal. The unit further stated that the reputed Naga organization cannot be allowed to function in this manner. A private city bus reportedly carrying college students while returning from San Joseph College, Jakama, met with an accident at Pasama in Kohima in the afternoon on April 11. Notably, the bus was returning from routine college duty carrying around 25 students on board when it rammed into the wrong side of the drainage. Reportedly, few students sustained minor injuries while one student was undergoing medical examination. Reportedly, the driver and the bus were later taken into police custody. Meanwhile, the Southern Angami Student Union and its concerned unit on receipt of report arrived on the spot, while the exact cause of the accident could not be confirmed during the time on filing. The report onlookers and students informed that the bus driver was intoxicated and was overspeeding, causing the vehicles to hold on the side. SASU President Zovito Rika shared concern over the welfare of the student and public in general over such untoward incident which can be averted. Indecent Farmers Market has organized a program on distribution of vegetable seeds and training on cultivation package of practices in Dimapur on Tuesday. The program was held at Indecent Farmer Market in Dimapur under the theme Revising the Kitchen Gardening Practices. Notably, MLA Moatoshi Longkumar graced the program and delivered the keynote address. Longkumar during his address stated that the program aimed to improve the local economy. Meanwhile, the Department of Land Resources, Horticulture, Agriculture briefed the participants on kitchen gardening. It may also be mentioned that 53 women participated in the program.
This was a concept developed just to improve the local economy and in fact to revitalize or revive the lost art of this kitchen garden practices. So that we thought if all Dimapurians can start this small kitchen garden, we don't need to buy vegetables from Assam or elsewhere which are highly toxic in nature because these are all chemically treated. So with that, I believe we can have organic food as well as generate a small income. This is not a political gimmick. This program is designed to improve the local economy of the Nagas, and I wish if the rest of the Nagas can pick up this in each area, then we don't need to buy any vegetables from outside. This is a trial run for Nagas. I believe the result will be made known to the Nagas through the Dimapurians. So I wish all the Nagas from every part of Nagaland, if we can pick up the kitchen garden practices again.
An entrepreneurial talks program was held at Pranab Nanda Women College, and the program was organized by Career Guidance and Placement Cell under the theme Today's Inspiration, Tomorrow's Venture. The principal of Pranab Nanda Women's College, while speaking to Nltv, stated that students were stuck in their homes due to the pandemic. Hence, to inspire the student, entrepreneurial talks was initiated, and young entrepreneurs like Olobonaga, Blessing Shimre, and Bethel Shohe were invited. Lecturer of Pranab Nanda Women's College stated that students have a lot of passion but often find it difficult to convert their passion to their profession. Hence, the program was held in order to help students become independent and successful. Notably, the attendance of the students marked 100% during the program.
To Career Guidance and Counseling Cell pora mokhanla student khan ke motivate kuri dibole entrepreneurial talk ekta rakhishe eto entrepreneurial talk te mokhan olop dangor manu hua to ladies khan specially na to Blessing Shimre aro Bethel Shohe na tahan ke matishe aro Alobo Naga tai do ekjon singer aro songwriter ase to mokhanla student bhitor te bi eneka hobby aro passion thaka student khan beshi ase holebi tahan itu passion ke profession kenega banai dibo itu na jane to tahan nijor la hobby aro passion ke enekai rakhi kine bohe ase to tahan future te earn kuribole aro life te settle hobole establish nijor ke establish kuri dibole inspiration pabole mokhan itu dangor manu khan ke matia ase to Alobo Naga tahan ke motivational speech dishe madam Shimre Porabi speech dishe aro Bethel Shohe tai to yate lagai student thakise etia alumni ase tai ekta florist ase to tai kinega uthi jaise etu lockdown ke kinega utilize korise etu khan sob koi dishe mokhan la student khan ke aro Blessing Shimre tai to Oriflame director ase tai bi kinega yate bi teacher takise 2010 pora 13 tak yate tai English department pora professorship kori takise hole tai etu yate thaka time te hi Oriflame laga
A coordination meeting between the staff of Dimapur District Public Relation Officer of Dimapur, Chumukadima and Newland was held on Monday at the office of DPRO in Dimapur. Furthermore, DPRO Dimapur Lolano Paton, while addressing the gathering, urged upon the staff to prepare themselves to work hard and render their best service for the welfare of the people. Paton further say that they have two shoulders more responsibilities and advise the staff to build stronger and better PR skill so as to uplift the image of the department. She also cautioned that attendance would be monitored strictly and no work, no pay would be implemented. Meanwhile, she applauded the Dimapur office established section for rendering their services efficiently and becoming the first department to complete the paperwork for e-salary under Dimapur district. The Supreme Court has resumed its crucial hearing on the issues of election to urban local bodies in Nagaland on April 12. The Supreme Court noted with regret that an important aspect of gender equality seems to be getting postponed, and a decade has passed on that behalf. Notably, a bench of Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul and M.M. Sundaresh during its last hearing on February 22 questioned the government of Nagaland over what is lackadaisical attitude over the issues. The SC in an order further pointed out that the state government was not responding to the request of the Election Commission for conduct of summary revision of e-rolls for 3 municipal council, 29 town council and fresh e-roll for the newly created town council in the state. The SC further granted 6-week time for the revision of the e-roll. The Indian Meteorological Department on Monday predicted that northeast of India is expected to witness widespread rainfall with lightning and thunderstorm in the next 5 days. Notably, the strong south and westerly wind from the Bay of Bengal to the northeast at lower troposphere level from April 13 to 15 and a cyclonic circulation with a true aloft over West Assam and the neighboring areas will cause incessant rain in the region in the next few days. According to MID, in Assam and Meghalaya, there would be light to moderate rainfall at many places, with isolated heavy rainfall along with thunderstorm and lightning at isolated places with gusty wind. Similarly, there would be light to moderate rainfall in a few places along with thunderstorm at isolated places with gusty wind in Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram and Tripura. In a major milestone in India aviation sector, Union Minister of Civil Aviation Jyotiraditya Shinde launched the first indigenously made Dornier 228 flight from Assam, Dibrugarh to Arunachal Pradesh, Pasighat. The first made in India aircraft with this detail has been developed by Hindustan Aeronautic Limited. Shinde also flagged off the Dornier aircraft route from Pasighat to Lilabari in Assam. The aircraft will link State Advanced Landing Ground and other airports. The remarkable feat come in line with the integrated efforts of the government and the Airport Authority of India to significantly enhance India's regional connectivity, with a special emphasis being given to the country northeast region lately. Chief Minister of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma and Pema Khandu along with Union Minister of Law and Justice Kiran Rijiju were also present at the event. While attending the event, the Union Minister stated that in the next phase, Tezu and Ziru will also be connected with existing road. Shinde also underlined the government visions of rapidly scaling the country domestic connectivity through Regional Connectivity Scheme RCS in coming times.
उत्तर पूर्वी भारत के लिए, समूचे देश के लिए और अरुणाचल के लिए आज के दिवस पर डिब्रूगढ़ को पासीघाट से, लीलाबड़ी से जोड़ा गया है। ये डॉनियर एयरक्राफ्ट 228 हिंदुस्तान एरोनॉटिक्स लिमिटेड द्वारा स्वतः बनाया गया है, जो प्रधानमंत्री जी की सोच और विचारधारा आत्मनिर्भर भारत की एक विशेष उदाहरण और विशिष्ट उदाहरण हम लोग अपने समक्ष देख रहे हैं। अलायंस एयर ने 2 एयरक्राफ्ट ये लिए हैं। आने वाले दिनों में 15-20 दिनों में हम तेजू को इससे जोड़ेंगे, आगे जाके जीरो को जोड़ेंगे और द्वितीय चरण में हम लोग मेचका, टूटलिंग और विजयनगर को भी हम लोग जोड़ेंगे। हमारी विचारधारा है कि देश के कोने कोने में उड़े देश के आम नागरिक प्रधानमंत्री जी की सोच और संकल्प कि हवाई चप्पल पहनने वाला भी हवाई सफर कर पाए, उस विचारधारा के तहत देश के कोने कोने को जोड़ने का संकल्प हमारा है और हमें विश्वास है कि आने वाले दिनों में इससे सुगम सफर हमारे अरुणाचल प्रदेश और उत्तर पूर्वी राज्य के जनता को, आज के दिवस पे अरुणाचल प्रदेश की जनता को बहुत बहुत बधाई। पेमा खांडू जी को मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। उन्होंने आज के दिवस ही मेरे 2 दिन पहले निवेदन पर एयर टर्बाइन फ्यूल पे जो VAT 25 से 20% अरुणाचल में लगती थी, उसे 1% तक घटाकर वो कैबिनेट का नोट और गजेट नोटिफिकेशन दोनों मेरे हाथ में दिया है। मैं उनको बधाई और धन्यवाद अर्पित करना चाहता हूं।
Nabam Yate was crowned Miss Arunachal 2022. Miss Radhe Mamung and Diana Joma adjudged as first and second runners-up respectively. The event was organized by Miss Arunachal organization under the aegis of the Arunachal Guide for Culture Integration. It is to be mentioned that Arunachal 2022 Grand Finale was held on April 9 at the General Ground East. Over 100 contestants participated in the audition and 25 contestants were selected for the grand finale. Miss Arunachal Beauty Pageant is a calendar event of the state government and is sponsored by the Department of Youth Affairs. Union Health Minister Manshuk Mandavia chaired a review meeting with the country top's expert regarding the new coronavirus strain XE variant on April 12. According to a statement by the ministry, Mandavia has front to constantly review the availability of essential drugs and medicine required for COVID treatment, and it directed the official to boost the ongoing monitoring and surveillance of new variant and cases. The review meeting was attended by key experts and officials of the country, including Dr. V.K. Paul, Member Health in Niti Aayog, Rajesh Bhushan, Union Health Secretary, Dr. Randeep Guleria, AIIMS, Dr. Balram Bhargava, DG of ICMR, Dr. N.K. Arora, Chairman of COVID-19 NTA-GI, and other senior officials of the Health Ministry. Violence broke out in West Bengal Asansol, where voting is underway for the by-election to the Asansol Lok Sabha seat on Tuesday. According to the State Election Commission, the polling began at 7 a.m. Notably, BJP candidate Agni Mitra Paul, who is contesting the Asansol Lok Sabha by-poll, alleged that her convoy was attacked by the goons and the police did nothing to stop them. According to reports, the tension broke out between the BJP and Trinamool supporters after the BJP candidate Agni Mitra Paul reached there to inspect a polling booth following the clashes between the supporters of the two parties. The vehicles of Paul was damaged and one of her bodyguards was injured. The CU office has sought an ATR on discount as well. According to the Election Commission of India, the following percentage for Asansol to Lok Sabha till 9 a.m. was 13%, and in the Ballygunge Assembly constituency it was 8%. Result for the by-poll will be declared on April 16.
Stone pelting करना शुरू.
The Jharkhand cable car rescue operation has ended and over 40 people has been safely rescued on Tuesday. Notably, the death count in the cable car accident climbed to 3 when a person fell from a helicopter while being rescued last evening. It may be mentioned that over 40 people were trapped mid-air in cable cars connecting the Trikut Hills in Jharkhand Deoghar district for about 40 hours. However, combined teams of the Indian Air Force, Army, Indo-Tibetan Border Police and National Disaster Response Force carried out a rescue operation involving 2 Air Force helicopters and dozens of officials. It may be mentioned that the incident took place on Sunday afternoon after 2 cable cars collided with each other due to a technical glitch on the ropeway at Trikut Hills close to Baba Baidyanath Temple. Three people were injured in a stampede-like situation at the ticket counter at the Tirumala Shrine in Andhra Pradesh, Tirupati on Tuesday. The initial report stated that more than 10,000 pilgrims gathered at ticket counters in Tirumala Tirupati to obtain Sarva Darshan ticket, which led to the stampede-like situation. Furthermore, Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam stated that they have now cancelled all VIPs and suspended darshan till coming Sunday.
आभार प्रकट करना चाहता हूं.
At least 13 people shot or hurt in NYC by men wearing gas masks, people injured following a shooting and smoke bomb at Brooklyn subway station, US. Possible smoke device used during shooting. At least 13 people shot or hurt in NYC by men wearing gas masks. People injured following a shooting and smoke bomb at Brooklyn subway station to US. Possible smoke device used during shootings. At least 13 people shot or hurt in NYC by man wearing gas masks. People injured following a shooting and smoke bomb at Brooklyn subway station, US. Possible smoke device used during shootings. India Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden held a virtual meeting over Ukraine conflict on Monday. Describing the situation in Ukraine, PM Modi informed Biden that he spoke to both President of Russia and Ukraine over the phone several times. Modi added that appeals to Russian President Putin to hold direct talks with Ukrainian President was being met and hoped that peace will be brought through talks, adding that humanitarian aid to Ukraine has been made and condemned the killing in Bucha town in the meeting. US President Joe Biden said in the meeting that US shares a strong and growing major defense partnership and welcomed India's humanitarian support to Ukraine. Russian armed forces have destroyed air defense equipment supplied to Ukraine by a European country. Notably, the Russian Defense Ministry on Monday claimed that a high-precision Sea-based Kalibr missile destroyed the equipment of an S-300 anti-aircraft missile division on April 10. It may be mentioned that the equipment was previously hidden in a hangar and was destroyed on the southern outskirts of the eastern Ukrainian city of Dnipro. Meanwhile, Russia is continuing its special military operation in Ukraine, and a total of 129 aircraft and 99 helicopters, 243 anti-aircraft missile systems, 441 unmanned aerial vehicles, 2,079 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 2,039 multiple launch rocket systems, 909 field artillery and motors, as well as 2,003 units of special military vehicles have been destroyed to death. In a tragic incident, at least 5 people were run over by a train in Srikakulam district of Andhra Pradesh on Monday night. Notably, the passenger who died were from the Guwahati-bound Superfast Express and had got down onto the adjoining railway tracks when the Konark Express coming from the opposite direction ran over the people. It may be mentioned that the people are yet to establish the identity of the deceased person, while the bodies have been sent for the post-mortem. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy expressed anguish over that of passenger. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday congratulated new Pakistan Prime Minister H.E. Miant Muhammad Shehbaz Sharif within minutes of him being sworn in. Modi further said that India desires peace and stability in a region free of terrorism. Notably, Pakistan Parliament on Monday elected unopposed Shehbaz Sharif as the 23rd Prime Minister of the country. According to the formal result announced by Speaker Ayaz Sadiq, Sharif secured 174 votes and have been declared as the Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. India on Tuesday carried out another successful test of the indigenous developed helicopter launched anti-tanks guided missile Helena in high altitude condition in Ladakh. Notably, the flight test was jointly conducted by a team of scientists from the Defense Research and Development Organization, the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force earlier on Monday. The missile being equipped on the variant of indigenous ALH Dhruv chopper was successfully flight tested at high altitude ranges as part of user validation trials. India Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and his US counterparts Lord Austin held a meeting on Monday and review entire Gamut bilateral defence cooperation and regional security situation, including Indo-Pacific and the broader Indian Ocean region. The two defence ministers reviewed the entire gamut of bilateral defence cooperation and the regional security situation, acknowledging the salience of India-US defence partnership for peace, stability and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific and broader Indian Ocean region. Discussed on deepening major defence partnership and advancing quality and scope in bilateral defence cooperation was met. Pakistani lawmakers from the ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan party resigned from Parliament on Monday and withdrew the nomination of former Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. The mass resignation will require fresh by-election in well over 100 seats in the 342 seats National Assembly. In the walkout, Qureshi lauded Khan's independence and refusal to bow to US pressure. So this is all for today. For more updates, keep watching Nagaland TV.